trademark. Trump has it. Look it up. Donald Trump has a limited trademark for Central Park. So if you want to have Central Park jewelry or Central Park Cafe or anything like that, you got to go to Donald Trump. The man is brilliant, and he surrounds himself with brilliance. And you know what?
Which is why I don't know why he hasn't called me yet, but that's a whole different
While
story.
we're talking about Donald Trump, let's take a moment to listen to the interview we did with Scotty Hughes, who is a Trump surrogate, totally unabashed about it. And let's play that one right now while Russ gets to argue in the chat room for a little bit. Here you go.
Gene Baradelli back behind enemy lines here at CPAC Day 2. I can't believe my voice is held up this long. And I'm having a little mini reunion with Scotty Hughes right now. Scotty, how you doing?
Do I have to, show pictures from when, 20 years ago when we first met and have to, you see my buck teeth and embarrassing? That's what reunions do for me.
Oh, my goodness. The acne and the bad glasses here. Yeah, the braces, me too. I'm totally with you on that.
Yeah, I look so much hotter now than I did then. I'm just saying.
I beg to differ. I'm sure you were hot the whole time. But anyway.
On to important things, what we need to talk about today.
Actually, that's top of my list. But anyway, the second thing that's on my list is I didn't bring the cannolis. They were going to be 3 days old by the time I saw you.
This is the only reason why I'm talking to you.
No.
No, this is the only reason why I'm talking to you. You pay in cannolis. I'm going to leave a horse head in your bed tonight.
Mama Baradelli said, how dare you bring a woman 3-day-old cannolis? That's totally wrong. I got the wooden spoon in the back of the head just for saying that.
Do you understand, since last CPAC, I wake up in 2 in the morning dreaming of those freaking cannolis. You Google my name, guess what commercial comes up in the top 10? That commercial, I don't know how. I don't know the hits it's got. Google my name, and that commercial comes up about me talking about cannolis. I live with the cannolis all year long, baby doll.
I'm going to get you the cannolis as soon as you get back to New York City. I got to ask you.
I'll be there. I'm coming back.
When are you coming back?
I will be there. Actually, I'm bringing my kids for spring break. So we will be there March 28th for the entire week. I'm going to go up there, do some media, some hits, and get some cannolis.
Absolutely. Going to happen. I promise. It's on record now. The big question I got to ask you. Donald Trump blew off CPAC. What's going on?
We have an election tomorrow. We have 4 states right now, 3 of them being caucuses. Historically, we've seen Mr. Trump, caucus states are not his best thing. So how do you handle caucuses that are known for their grassroots politicking? You get in the grassroots. Love this place, but what CPAC is filled with are people who are engaged, who already have their minds made up. He was not coming here to make people's minds up. They were already there. He cares more about the people than the politicos in here. Not that they aren't important to him, but he wanted to get out with the people, give them as much opportunity to meet him tomorrow before they head into their caucuses tomorrow night. How is that a bad thing?
Here's the spin that's coming out. Opponents are saying from the Cruz campaign, the Rubio campaign, that he's not coming here because he didn't want to get booed out of the building, because this is more of a Ted Cruz kind of crowd at CPAC. Do you think this is more of a Ted Cruz kind of crowd, and do you think he would have get booed out?
Well, regardless, if he would have gone in here, what would have been the high phrase of it? Conservatives boo Donald Trump, which there's actually a lot of conservatives here in this room that have come up to me. The large amount of his endorsers are on this row. Within the media, it's conservative fans that are here. So, but just a few of them in there. I listened to the other speeches. Yes, I think you've got a very pro-Cruz crowd in there. But here's the problem. The C word, conservative, has been so corrupted right now. When Jeb Bush calls himself the honest conservative, when Lindsey Graham, John McCain, they call themselves conservatives, that is not a conservative to me. So I think we're going to have to not only redefine what the Republican Party is after 2016, but what the word conservative actually means.
It's true. Words are supposed to have meaning. In an election, words have no meaning whatsoever. That happens a lot. I think I think Donald Trump is conservative. He is not the conservative that people wish he was. I think that's the problem. But I think he's a populist, and that's more important because when you talk about populists, they grow the base of parties, and that's how you win elections.
That's actually how we win further on down the road. But why are we here? We have to remember the reason why we are able to grow, it's not because of Donald Trump. It's because of the last 8 years of Republican politicians going out there on the campaign trail saying one thing, and then they get to Washington, D.C., and they do absolutely nothing. This Congress has actually gotten along better with President Obama than when it was controlled by the Democrats. There is nothing we have put our foot down and said no to. We just passed an omnibus bill that funds Planned Parenthood. What in the world have we stopped? And you know what? All these people are saying, well, Donald Trump at the top of the ticket, Mitch McConnell's going, you can disavow him. I'm okay with that. You know what? If there are more people turning out in your district and they vote against you, then you're not representing your people and you need to pack your bags and go home.
So give us the insight of what it's like in a room at a strategy session with Donald Trump in the room talking to you, and you're trying to tell him, well, this is how things should be going, and he has another way of talking about it, I would think, right?
Well, I've never been in one of those strategy meetings, I'll be honest with you.
Oh, come on.
I'm not that close campaign. I'm not paid by them. I'm just a surrogate who've been honored enough to travel with them. But let me give you a little secret about Mr. Trump that most people don't realize. He has a different leadership style I've never seen. People say, oh, he's such a narcissist. Oh, he's so big on himself. That's not what he is. I've never seen this before. People would walk in the room and he said, hey, did you see that press release that Hope put out? Oh, my gosh, she did such a fabulous job. I looked so good in that because of her writing skills. Corey would walk in. Did you see how we hit every single point and we're right on time? Man, he keeps us in shape. There's a reason why we are always on time because Corey is so good at keeping us organized. He was great because the people around him made him great and he honored and praised them for it. That's why you're not seeing all these disenfranchised employees. I mean, the man right now is responsible for 34,000 jobs at this exact moment. He signs those paychecks. And for that amount of people, you should have crowds out there saying how much they don't like their boss. And you don't have it because they feel a part of the team, just like he wants to make America feel a part of the team as well.
Well, I just want to transition real quick. All the Donald Trump stuff is great. We've got to ask Scotty Hughes. USA Radio, now affiliated with them. Tell us how that's going.
Oh, it's going fantastic. I mean, I love TPNN. Luckily, we're all under the same umbrella. But USA Radio Networks has been phenomenal. But now I get to do that whole radio thing. So that's why I needed my cannolis. I don't have to necessarily worry about being that whole TV-friendly idiot. Okay, I still have to. But I would waste all my calories for just one cannoli that I'm not going to have tonight.
Don't leave my TV. I don't want you to.
I'm not. I'm actually going to be there for the next couple days.
Fantastic. So great catching up with you as always. I'm sorry. I promise I'll do right by you.
Not good enough.
I'll make it right. I promise. You know I love you.
I don't know if we can do this ever again. This might be our last interview together. Don't do that. No. 3 years. We had a deal. Horsehead, bed, tonight. Sleep with one eye open, huh?
I'm screwed. Goodbye.
Scotty, I'm sorry. But yeah, I mean, she gave us some insight into the Donald and how things work, and she seems, of course she's an advocate and she's getting paid to put the spin on it. As speaking of spin, for some reason Debbie Wasserman Schultz is on my TV. I don't know how that happened. Russ, how'd you let that happen?
Her perm is looking terrific.
It's looking huge.
It is very nice.
Yes, it's looking quite lovely.
I think a bird just flew out.
You saw that too, right? Yeah. All right, so listen, catch us up on what you were saying in the chat with the people about Donald Trump and everything. Basically, people got to understand this is how New Yorkers roll, right? That's basically the gist of your argument.
Well, I mean, that's part of it, but would you say that Tom Brady is a loser? Because he hasn't won everything he's ever done?
Against the Giants, he's definitely a loser. I mean, 2-0, baby.
Well,
18-1, never forget, 18-1.
I mean, the point being, Donald Trump overall on your balance sheet is a successful man. Successful businessman. Oddly enough, a successful Republican candidate for president so far.
Oddly enough, a successful ladies' man.
Yes. Well,
oddly enough.
Not so odd. He's a billionaire. Billions of dollars helps you with the ladies.
They do help.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how to... I get the argument that Trump's stakes failed. Okay. Name one successful businessman where the very first business he touched brought him in billions of dollars and, that was it. You might be able to name one or two of them, but the vast majority of business owners fail. And fail again, and fail again, and fail again.
Until they hit on that one or two things that they actually succeed on. And by the way, Donald Trump has not succeeded on just one or two things. It's been quite a few things. I mean, the man owns property everywhere. The man has developed property everywhere. Successfully. And... I get that people hate on success nowadays. They did it to Mitt Romney, if you remember back in 2012. Success is something that I guess we're supposed to loathe in the new America.
And how we've come full circle. They did it to Mitt Romney, and now Mitt Romney's doing it to Donald Trump.
Can we talk about Mitt Romney for a second? The whole buildup of Mitt Romney's going to come out and say something. Oh, this is going to be good. He's going to endorse somebody. He may run himself. Oh, this is going to be good. And the next thing you know, he's giving a lecture on how bad Donald Trump is? Are you kidding me? I had to stop at a rest stop in Jersey to listen to Mitt Romney say absolutely nothing?
For you Trump haters out there, which I'm not one of them, I feel like I have to preface this all the time with saying I'm a Cruz guy. But okay, I'm a Cruz guy, but I'm not a Trump hater. For you Trump haters, can someone and call in or say it in the chat room, can you honestly tell me that you think by Mitt Romney coming out and bashing Donald Trump that somehow will hurt Donald Trump?
Oh, and by the way, that phone number, if you want to call into the live show, 718-395-2351. That's 718-395-BEL1. If you're in the chat and you want to say something in the room, feel free to say it in the room. But if you want to say it on air, 718-395-BEL1. We'll be looking out for you.
Gene, by the way,
Russ.
Marco Rubio.
Yes.
Marco Rubio attacked Donald Trump, much like many other candidates have done in this primary.
And didn't he learn?
Did he
not see what happened to Rick Perry? Did he not see what happened to Rand Paul? Did he not see what happened with Lindsey Graham?
Even Chris Christie, before Chris Christie got converted. I won't be surprised if Marco Rubio will come out and endorse Donald Trump in the next couple of days.
Oh, my
It's
goodness.
unbelievable. You attack Donald Trump, you stoop to his level, and you wind up getting kicked off the debate stage because you're done. Like, that's it.
Or you get pushed to the edge of it.
I mean, Rubio is less than 10% in all the primaries that we could see these results
in
so
Michigan
far.
right
he
now.
may pull ahead of 10%, but it's not looking good for him, to be honest. In Mississippi, he's less than 10%.
Mississippi, he's going to be less than 10. Oh, my good. Are you kidding me?
It's truly
here?
unbelievable.
And he's the savior? He is the establishment savior?
I mean, if there's one good thing, if you look at the percentages, so the establishment is garnering a whole 8%, basically, and outsider and conservative candidates are getting 92%.
Well, wait a minute here. John Kasich is doing well, if you want to consider him a quote-unquote establishment guy. He's part of the Republican old guard.
I mean, you could. He is one of those guys that can go back and forth. I guess you can label him establishment if you will. So add his what is it? 20%?
20%. Well, 8% in Mississippi, 25%
so less than
Michigan.
a third of the party. And I would argue that a lot of those Kasich people are not necessarily establishment types, but less than a third of the party in this primary is voting establishment candidate.
Right. Brad in the chat, another great drop in. Attacking Trump is punching down. And anytime you punch down in any race, doesn't matter what level you're talking about, you're actually bringing yourself down to that level instead of staying above the fray and keeping your people up there with you. I'm sure Marco Rubio lost the respect of a lot of people when he started going after Donald Trump.
When he said he had small hands
Yeah,
and small whatever.
and you know what that means and all that stuff. I mean, come on. That's not the way to do things here. Maybe behind enemy lines is how we do things. But
I think we've said worse.
we have absolutely said worse. And speaking of saying worse, we are just about at halftime here, folks. Thanks for listening to Behind Enemy Lines Radio. I'm Gene, he is Russ. And while we got you listening, check us out at www.behindenemylines.radio.us. And if you miss any part of this broadcast, you can check us out on any of our rebroadcast outlets, including WNJC 1360 AM, Philadelphia's Renaissance Station, ICRN, the Internet's Conservative Radio Network, Red State Talk Radio, High Plains Talk Radio, and Sackheads Media, K98 Talk. And if you miss us on any of those, you can catch us on demand at Spreaker, iTunes, Player FM, Podbay, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play Music, and shout out to our newest affiliate that just came in today, Podcast Party.
That's a mouthful. Gene.
That's a new one.
We also have an ad out in the latest edition of Hustler magazine if anybody's interested. On page 72.
We do?
Yes, we
Did
do.
you pay for that one? Because I sure didn't.
You gave me petty cash for
That's
that.
that's right. I did, didn't I? Oh man, oh man. You know what? I think at this point it's time to play another CPAC interview. Flip a coin for me, pal. You want Marshall Blackburn or you want Ambassador Bolton?
Oh, I want Ambassador Bolton. I love
Ambassador Bolton was the first interview we did at CPAC. We were huddled away in a little corner by the stage area, and it's always great to talk to him. It's become a CPAC tradition for us, Russ. We didn't really talk about specific countries and national security. What we talked about was how the world views us in this presidential election and the differences fundamentally between the Republicans and Democrats as it comes to foreign policy. Take a listen. Gene Baradelli, Behind Enemy Lines, here at CPAC 2016 in a private room set aside from the rest of the conference, which is going nuts right now, standing with Ambassador John Bolton. Thank you so much for coming on the show, sir. Great to see you again.
Glad to be with you. Thanks for having me.
So, kind of a crazy year this year in politics, but I really want to focus on not so much the Donald Trump hoopla, but how the rest of the world is viewing that. Is the Donald Trump campaign and everything going on right now showing a sign of weakness or strength